press play. Don't pause. Don't pause, press play.
Yes, guys and girls, welcome to Play Fight. We are a brand new channel here on YouTube, and we want to share with you all our burning passion for gaming. So stay tuned, and over the next few months, years, decades, centuries, we are going to bring you all things gaming. We're going to bring you live streams, we're going to bring you gaming lists. So stay tuned, and we hope that you all join us on this magical journey. Yes, guys, what's good? It's your boy John from Play Fight. Now, I'm sure we can all agree that there were a lot of great games released last year. However, in today's video, we're going to look at 6 games that we feel were criminally underrated. Go and show them some love.
Wrestle Empire, I think, is actually possibly my personal biggest underrated game out there. I think it is known by the few, and the few that do know it's definitely one of the best, like, fun little games on the Switch, and also now on the PC thanks to Steam. I mean, it's also on mobile as well, and it's basically a love letter to the old days of wrestling games from the 90s, from the kind of Aki engine, so the obviously WWE No Mercy, the NWO games, as well as kind of the PlayStation kind of SmackDown games. The very easy pick-up play, great games. And this is done by one guy, Matt Dickey, and I knew of his last game he did. I think it was called Wrestle 3D, I think it was called. And it was popular, and I knew, because I think of a YouTuber I followed who had played it, but then it was sort of, he made a jokey sort of trailer about wrestling's coming back home to the Switch, obviously because of the WWE No Mercy sort of thing, and other WWE games like Here Comes the Pain and all of that as well, and also as well the great Japanese games on the N64 at the same time. And I remember seeing it, I was thinking, I recognise that. I thought it was the start. I then noticed, I think a couple of people were talking about this, I think it was just the beginning of last year in January, and I got the demo, played it, and I was like, wow, this is fun. I got the game literally about a day later on my Switch, and I've played over 60 hours of it, and I'm still playing it now. He keeps updating it. He keeps adding stuff. He's still adding stuff. He's adding free roam at a later date and everything, which I think is fantastic. Not only that, he's added kind of like a GM mode. You have so many different companies for which you can tell are who, like Maple Leaf, which is basically Impact. You've got a Mexican Lucha Libre one, which is basically kind of AAA. Then obviously you got your WWE, your AEW, your Ring of Honor sort of ones, including kind of your MLW as well. And it kind of, you can start a story, having little bits. I mean, it's pretty well done. It might not be graphically amazing, but that's what I like about it, because it's not trying to push something that is not. It's a love letter to the 90s, in my opinion. And like, you can tell with some of the characters what they are, even though obviously he hasn't got the license. You can tell like certain characters are Macho Man Randy Savage, or Steamboat, or Andre the Giant, or obviously Ultimate Warrior, or Sting even. You can just tell by the characters. You sort of know most of them by just the kind of clothing they wear, or the way he does the certain names. You can tell a hint, which is really quite clever. So, I mean, I definitely say anyone, check it out. Get it on Steam, get it on the Switch, get it on your phone. Maybe don't, the phone version not as good, but it's still amazing. It's still the version I would go for, is the Switch, because it's what it was really built for. But if you don't have a Switch, definitely buy it on the PC, because I think it's really good, and I recommend anyone to have it. I know it's not for everyone, and I understand that, and it does have, obviously, its bugs, but that's what I like about it. It's natural and it's lovable, and I genuinely thank Dickey for making that game as good as it ever will be, and I think still will be, and will be played for years to come.
I don't know, mate. I think for me, for Oddworld, I think why it's underrated is because I think it just evokes that nostalgia from players. It's definitely like a game that is steeped in late 90s, early 2000s nostalgia with the checkpoints, which obviously do get quite frustrating throughout the game. Because when you die, you have to replay bits that you've done numerous times, especially if you die numerous times like me. But yeah, I think it evokes that nostalgia, and I just think the level design and platforming was something that obviously we'd not seen for a while, due to obviously games moving away from that from the early 2000s platforming. But I think the way they made it sort of 2.5D really helped out the franchise.
At number 3, we have No More Heroes 3. Very smart, I know. I feel that people skip this game if they hadn't played the first or second installment. However, I found No More Heroes 3 to be a lot of fun, despite knowing very little about the first 2 games. The boss battles were a lot of fun, and I feel that the combat really flows. Any time where you could German suplex your opponents always goes down well with me. It's a fun game that you can pick up and play easily enough, and it deserves a playthrough if you've yet to do so.
One of the games I think is probably so underrated, especially recently, and actually only came out last year, was, I think, quite a few of us actually probably agree with this, is Knockout City, because it's actually quite an enjoyable, fun little game, and also free to play if you, I think it's up to level 30 or something. Excuse me. Where basically it is dodgeball, like futuristic dodgeball, but with the kind of feel of the 60s, 70s, basically Greece. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's fun. It's easy to pick up and play. There are trick shots, lob shots, many different different types of game modes. But the problem is nobody's playing it. I don't know if it's just because nobody's interested. I don't know if it's just not hit the right mark. I don't know if it's just because it was overfilled at the time, or just people forget it's there. But it's actually a genuinely fun game. Admittingly, it probably doesn't have the amount of cosmetics against other games that are out there. But in my opinion, it's fun. It's easy to pick up. It's basically it's dodgeball, so no one dies in it either. So it's pretty much an easily kind of pick up and play that you can come in. I mean, I think it's nearly on every single console as well. I mean, why it's so underrated, it begs me to really know, but I just wish this had more people in than other games, because I know there are so many other games that get quite a few, but just doesn't get the amount, or just also it doesn't help probably that they do change the modes quite a few times, so it does kind of make it and also annoying. And not only that as well, also is that at the same time is I think there's not that many maps. I don't know if it's too samey, it's too repetitive. It needs more maps, which probably hopefully in the next year it could get more in. So hopefully that will be good to see at some point as well.
Yeah, with First Class Trouble, I think a lot of games, obviously it follows on from like Among Us and that, like it's not copied, but it's sort of similar to Among Us, whereas obviously you had PUBG, Fortnite, and then everything sort of made a battle royale from that. But I think what makes it stand out is the fact that you can actually do stuff while after you've been killed, or voted off, depending on obviously if you're an imposter or not an imposter. But yeah, I just think it was underrated in the fact that it just, in a time where a lot of people were isolated from family or friends or that, I think it just brought a lot of people together in fun ways that obviously not everyone likes mobile gaming. I know Among Us is out on consoles now, but originally when it came out on phones and that, not everybody sort of played it, so I think it brought everyone together in that fun sort of style that it has.
I was very fortunate to receive a reviewer's copy of this game, but that's not why I feel this game is underrated. In short, this is a dodgeball RPG. That's literally the best way I can explain it. You head to Dodgeball Academia with your mission being to rule the school. Now I know I think I just completely butchered the second word of this game. It's dodgeball, insert your own pronunciation here. Anyway, the game may sound very quirky, and rightly so, it is very quirky. But to truly appreciate this game for what it is, you need to just go and give it a playthrough, and I promise you will not regret it.
And that is it. 6 games that we feel here at PlayFight were criminally underrated. Is there any video games that we missed out that you feel were criminally underrated? Drop them in the comment section down below, let us know. Remember, thumbs up this video, click that subscribe button, share about with all your friends, of course, it means the absolute world to us. I've been John from PlayFight, and we will see you all very, very soon.